Our headlines today. The start of a weekend of disruption on the railways as train drivers walk out on strike.
Good morning from a site where they are building houses in Birkenhead. From here, I'll be looking at the state of the economy as the latest figures are released in just about an hour's time.
Good morning in sport. West Ham edge towards their European final dream as they fight back to win the home leg of their Europa Conference League semi-final against the Dutch side AZ Alkmaar.
Good morning and welcome to Liverpool. One day to go until the final of the Eurovision Song Contest. It is noisy down here this morning. We'll be meeting some of the people making this huge event happen.
Now, the UK's largest cancer treatment centre has been downgraded by the Care Quality Commission amid allegations that it tried to stop staff from speaking openly when inspections took place. The Christie Hospital in Manchester, a world leader in cancer treatment for more than a century, has now been rated as requires improvement in terms of safe care and its leadership. The Christie said it was working hard to make the improvements highlighted. The Head Teachers Union has called for a review of Year 6 SATs exams in England after claims that this week's test was so difficult that children left the exam hall in tears. The incoming president of the National Association of Head Teachers, Simon Kidwell, said the paper was so difficult it left some children feeling like failures and unable to complete it. The Department for Education says the assessments play a vital role in tracking pupils' progress.
Higher food prices for longer. That's the warning from the Bank of England as it raises interest rates for the 12th time in a row. Rates rose from 4.25% to 4.5%, the highest in almost 15 years. The bank has been rapidly raising rates to try to slow the sharp rise in the cost of living. The closure of the only NHS gender clinic for children in England and Wales has been delayed to March 2024, a year later than first planned. Based in the Tavistock Centre in London, it will be replaced by 2 regional hubs, but will continue providing care for roughly 1,000 children until then. There's currently thought to be a waiting list of several thousand. And for the first time ever in the UK, wind power has generated more energy than gas. In the first 3 months of this year, a third of the country's electric supply came from wind farms, according to research by Imperial College London. The National Grid said it's been a record period for solar power too.
Look at the front pages, and most of them, it has to be said, lead on the UK economy, the state thereof. The front of the eye says the Chancellor has admitted a key inflation target might not be reached, with Treasury sources believing inflation will stay higher for longer. The FT leads with the story and a warning that the inflation target will not be reached until 2025. The Bank of England boss Andrew Bailey warns it's not over yet in light of his plans to tackle high interest rates. So says the Mirror. On the front of the Telegraph, a cabinet minister says the Treasury will cut tax by 2 pence if people who left jobs during the pandemic return to work. The Daily Express asks, how can we trust the Bank of England when its predictions so far have been wrong, wrong, wrong? The front of the Times says food prices are on the way back down in the coming months, with the Governor of the Bank of England blaming underlying shock for stubbornly high inflation. The Guardian leads on Britain becoming the first Western country to provide Ukraine with long-range Storm Shadow cruise missiles. The Metro says investigators of a sheep attack in Gloucestershire have found definitive proof that big predatory cats are roaming our countryside. Leading with the big cats, the Star gives us an insight into how they were caught red-handed. On the front of the Mail, prison officers have been told to stop calling criminals convicts in case it offends them. And today's Sun has a story about This Morning presenter Philip Schofield. Now, if you want to see any of those front pages again, or indeed read the stories, then you can scan the QR code on your screen.